Californians hate gerrymandering? Yes, we do. Do the American people hate gerrymandering? Yes, we do, and we absolutely should. That's not what this is about. This is about whether we will let the authoritarian in the White House break our democracy while we sit silent.
I thought that was a very effective argument. Talk to us about the timeline here. What is going to happen next week in the California state legislature?
We're going to move with the urgency that the people of California are demanding from us. Tomorrow, we're going to release the maps. Monday, we're going to introduce a constitutional amendment and some implementation language. And by the end of the week, we're going to pass it out of both chambers of the legislature with a 2/3 majority, officially putting it on the ballot so the people of California get the final decision. It's not politicians choosing their boundaries. It's the people deciding if we're going to fight back or roll over.
There is a desperation here that I want to acknowledge, right? Like, this is all coming from conditions that are bleak. And so, as somebody who believes, as you all do seemingly, I take all of that at face value, that gerrymandering is a blight upon democracy. It is a major problem in general. How do you sort of make sure that the high wire act you're sort of tiptoeing, which is, we hate this, and also it's a time when the Democrats should be distinguishing themselves from the Republicans at a time when that's never been more necessary, and yet that means we must threaten to do the thing that they are threatening to do?
Yeah, I think you stay rooted so that you're not tiptoeing on either side. See, for me, I ended prison gerrymandering in California. I updated the Fair Maps Act. I called legislatively for independent redistricting commissions for every level of California government. But I'm thinking about the late, great John Lewis and the fact that Congress won't pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. But when John Lewis was alive, he always said, if you see something that's not right, that's not fair, that's not just, you have a moral responsibility to do something about it. And right now, I think California has a moral responsibility to this entire country. And for me, that's not tricky at all. It's time to lean in.
Representative Romero, Texas Democrats now have your conditions for return pretty clearly laid out there by Representative Wu. Do you think there's any chance Republicans meet you halfway on those conditions?
I think that if they take the warnings that the California Assemblyman just talked about, they should take those seriously. And I think that one of the things that should be said is that those of us in Texas wish that Texas would do what California is doing, and that is actually giving the power to the people and letting them decide. That is the glaring fact that folks in Texas don't want to talk about. Very rarely will we put something before the people and let them decide on something like this, which we know is very unpopular. So yeah, I mean, close out the session, think about it. Don't issue threats. Now they're threatening, maybe we're going to go after 9 or 10. This is a domestic conflict that should be avoided in our country if we are going to actually believe in the Constitution and the values of equal representation.
Well, Representative Romero, is it still a question, I guess, on the table if Republicans in Texas are actually going to move forward? Because I talked to someone today who is basically, for lack of a better term, they are in charge of ensuring that Democrats win the House in 2026. And they said that what is happening in Texas, between Texas, Missouri, New Hampshire, and Indiana, the Republicans are trying to steal 15 seats. And they do not think this is theoretical. They think that Texas, for sure, is moving forward.
Yeah, I think that that's what's being said. They need that amount of seats because they know how big the wave is coming, Simone. I think they know that their policies are hugely unpopular, and the writing is on the wall, especially in the Latino community. We say in Spanish, no nos lavan el coco, which means like don't brainwash us. And I think a lot of folks all over the country have had incredible amounts of buyer's remorse. They know that, they fooled us. They told us that we were going to lower the cost of an egg, but now we're actually not doing what one of the speakers said today, which was not actually caring about the values and the integrity and the safety of our own home. Those are the real issues that people talk about in their home. They're talking about it now, and they're going to pay the price. And, despite all of this going on in our congressional races, those that are most scared are people like Governor Abbott. He is being hurt right now. People know he is laid down. He is paying back the favor. When Trump called, he's like, okay, I got you. He's not like the Secretary of State in Georgia that had will and honor and pride. This man is a shame to the Lone Star State. He's a shame for all of us that have been used to people with grit and with honor and will stand tall. He's not tall. He's a weak man, and we know it. And, we are a very proud state. as Californians are. Don't pick on the bear, don't poke the bear. I love that today, and I think I want to thank the assemblyman today because, I'm from that part of town too. And when you say, we got to square up and we got to defend our democracy, that's the moment right now for all people who've been indecisive, who have been sitting on the benches for far too long. You're motivating them, Assemblyman, and so are people that we're watching, and they're watching our governor. They're not proud.
The difference in strategy which you just articulated, I want to take it to the Assemblyman, because this is when I watch Gavin Newsom and I watch you and the way you present this issue, which seems fraught but clear to you. Can you explain the difference in philosophy and the strategy and the frustration maybe that you have felt watching as other people, certainly the people running the party previous to this, have not been taking?
Look, I got elected when I was 29 years old. I'm 33 years old now. I also was born in Texas, in Dallas, Texas. And so for me, I feel a personal responsibility in this moment. I feel like California has to step up for the entire country because the state of my birth is letting me down and so many other Texans. And I want to give a lot of credit to the representative who's here and all of his Democratic colleagues who have held the line, really shown the truest meanings of what it means to be a patriot. But this really isn't about ideology. It's not even really about policy. We are in a fight with authoritarianism, and we have to decide, are we willing to stand up to it? Are we just going to move out of the way and come up with a bunch of reasons why it happened? Now we have to step up. I'm ready to step up. California is ready to step up, and that's what we're going to do.